Welcome to the Armon Wiggins Show, where it's a lot going on. We discuss music, drama, celebrity gossip, pop culture, and everything in the entertainment world.
That's how we already know.
Stay tuned right here as we spill the tea, sip some tea, all raw for your enjoyment. Now grab your cup and buckle up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armon, and today is Monday. I almost forgot, and we are live in the studio, and we're back with another goddamn video. Okay? Listen, I told you guys I was going to talk about this Blac Chyna thing, but before we get into it, if you are a returning subscriber, welcome. Hello. Well, not welcome, but hello. You know how this thing goes. And if you're new, welcome and hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
Listen, excuse me. I've already been sipping a little bit today because that damn show is so much energy. It makes me want to drink. I feel like that's one of the shows that I need to drink and talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just have water when I talk about this show. It makes me feel like I need a strong cocktail when I get into the Blac Chyna show. Ooh, and that's very strong. I won't be able to walk after the show.
Stupid.
Okay, no, seriously. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're live back here for another week, another review for the real Blac Chyna. This is on the Zeus Network. It is actually in its first season, and it's the second episode. Now, if you guys have seen the show, drop some bells if you guys watch the show. If you say they're not getting my $3.99 yet, Armon, you haven't convinced me, drop some bombs, okay? I want to see who's watching. I want to see who ain't watching, all right? And we also have the call-in number available. The number is 563-999-3658. So we'll take a couple of calls, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. Somebody said they've been watching it bootleg. People said they'd be watching it. Okay, so you guys are watching it. Okay, so last night, it featured about 4 people this time. It featured Tokyo Tony, Blac Chyna, Treasure, and the assistant Ashton. So let me get them all up, okay? So this is who we had on last night. Obviously, Blac Chyna is the head. This guy here, I didn't show you him last time. This is the assistant, and this is the best friend, and then obviously that's Tokyo Tony. And you know what? Not for nothing, I really tried to find a good picture of Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony do not take good pictures, or she don't take enough pictures. She got to do better about that, because Tokyo Tony, there's just not enough good pictures out there of you, okay? All right. And so they kind of picked up where they left off, where, Blac Chyna and Tokyo Tony were pretty much arguing in Blac Chyna's mansion. They were, slinging insults and going off. Now, I remember, like I told you before, I don't feel like it's all Tokyo Tony, and I don't feel like it's all Blac Chyna. Even though I feel like the show, as of right now, is geared towards making Tokyo Tony look like the bad guy and Blac Chyna and friends look more innocent. Now, what I will say, in Blac Chyna's defense, the way that Tokyo Tony carries herself, she's very, 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 very rude and very disrespectful. If you want, Tokyo Tony pretty much was going off in her car, talking about how she was ready to go. She didn't care about Blac Chyna, pretty much, if she killed herself, just a bunch of nasty, nasty, nasty things that you wouldn't say to your daughter, and she kept saying, she slapped the Botox and the fillers out of her face. So to me, what I'm getting so far from the episode or from the series is that Tokyo Tony is a little envious of her daughter, but she also feels as though Blac Chyna is Hollywood, and she's hell bent on proving to Blac Chyna that you being a celebrity or you being a star don't change shit over here for me. I feel like that's the attitude that Tokyo Tony has towards Chyna. Like, girl, I don't give a fuck who Blac Chyna is. I'm still your mother. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many assistants you have. I don't care what you got. I don't care. You could never flaunt that in my face. You could never do this. You could never, so, but with that, I feel as though Tokyo Tony probably gets offended really easily. because a piece of it is just what it is. I mean, she is rich, and you know what? Anybody that comes into a lot of money, into and comes into some sort of fame, they do change a little bit. I'm not going to say that I probably wouldn't change just a smidge, but yeah, it's clear Black China probably has changed just a little bit. And Tokyo Tony feels some type of way about it because she wishes she had her old daughter back. But like I told you guys before, Black China is really gone. Like, she's been through so much. She's done so much to get where she's at. At this point, she goes in and out of being Angela and then being Blac Chyna. You know what I mean? Because she will shit on you in a minute. Okay. Like Tokyo Tony was sitting outside in the car with her. Mind you, I don't know what kind of car that was. That was a sickening car. I don't know if they rented the car or if the security guard got a little coin. But Tokyo Tony homeless or whatever the case may be, but she got a security guard and everything. So Tokyo must not be that far off. You know what I mean? She got a security car. They was sitting in a nice, sickening, like luxury car that they drove off in, mind you. But anywho, as they're doing that, China's going off to the assistant, and we'll get into the assistant in a minute. She's going off, because Tony's outside, China's inside, and talking to her assistant. And so then China goes and gives Tokyo Tony her slipper that was left in the house, right? But then in the midst of it, she asks for the gate clicker. So she gets the gate clicker, gives Tokyo Tony the slipper, and then goes and closes the gate and goes, watch this, like, and shuts the gate on Tokyo Tony, but clicks the gate like, bitch, and flips her hair like, girl, like bitch, this is my house, bitch. I'm that girl, bitch. I got more money than you, bitch. I'm more successful. Yes, I'm black. Like, she goes in and out of being like the narcissistic bitch and going and being like humble Angela. But she can very much so not be humble if you push her to it. Okay, she will let you know I'm better than you. I got more money than you. Like, she will put that on you, which is hey, I understand. I ain't mad. I understand. So she shitted on her mom a little bit. She shitted on her mom just a smidge. And so then she started talking to the assistant. And so that scene pretty much was over. Blac Chyna still was basically saying that she wanted to, mend a relationship with her mom. I personally feel that the issue is Blac Chyna feels like she was abandoned. Now, Tokyo Tony doesn't feel like she's abandoned, but as a parent, that's not, you can't really say what a child is feeling. You know what I mean? If Blac Chyna wanted to go out, if she was out, getting to the strip clubs at 16 and 15 years old, obviously there was a disconnect at home. Obviously she felt like she wasn't getting something from the house, and she obviously wasn't being watched either. Me and Blac Chyna is the same age, so I remember the upbringing that I had when I was 15, 16. My parents was on my ass. You know what I mean? We couldn't do certain things. But then when I moved with my mom, she was a little bit more lenient, so I got into a little bit more action. However, but my mom also, had a husband that I really didn't like. So, and she, typically, for the most part, I would feel like she, kind of put her husband before her kids. And many times I felt like my mom would do that for me. So then I would go out and go dance and meet my friends and do other shit because I was like, you know what? She's more focused with this man. So I know where Blac Chyna is coming from. Now, the mom may not feel as though Blac Chyna was being left out, but Tokyo Tony, you can't call that. You cannot call that. And another issue that I have with Tokyo Tony is Tokyo Tony feels as though that she can talk to Blac Chyna any kind of way, and Blac Chyna cannot return the favor. I don't care. Parents, listen up here. Let's be very, 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 very clear. First of all, there's no way you could have a mama like Tokyo Tony where she could say, go suck a D, you a B, a hoe, a this, a that, and a third, and then say, Tokyo Tony told China that even, basically was insinuating, even if I pimped you out, you still supposed to respect me. I don't know what world you live in, bitch. You know what I mean? And I like Tokyo Tony for the most part. But girl, you got life and bullshit all fucked up. Period. Cause it don't go that way. It don't go that way. It don't go that way in nobody world. I don't care. Whatever this philosophy that y'all whatever that y'all church has taught y'all that the parents should be honored and respected. First of all, respect is earned. Just because you birth somebody does not mean that they have to respect you, especially when you're disrespecting them. Like, I understand the hustle of working your ass off when nobody believes in your visions or your goals, or you don't have no support, and then you finally get to where you are, and then sometimes your parents feel as though they could still say whatever they want to say to you and you're supposed to take it. And oftentimes than not, sometimes your parents feel like you're not supposed to call them out on their bullshit or their shortcomings as a child. And no, you can't call them out on that. So I'm with Chyna on calling her mom out on it. And I think that Tony needs to get some humble pie and realize that, you know what, she was wrong, accept the L and move on. Accept the L and move on. I feel like Tokyo Tony is very confrontational. And I feel like she has such a big chip on her shoulder. She doesn't know which way to go. She doesn't know how to, and I feel like so much damage has been done publicly that she doesn't even realize what to do. So she just keeps adding to it because that's how she defends herself. She just says, F it, F it, F it, F it, F this hoe, F this B, F this hoe, F this B, because she's so busy trying to hurt Chyna because she feels hurt, because she's let Chyna down as a mother. And she's also felt as though she's lost her daughter forever. So now she Tokyo Tony feels like she's lost her daughter to the industry, and particularly to this woman here. And we'll get into to Treasure in a second. But yeah, Tony, you're not, I'm with you. I don't think it's all you. But I definitely see the problem in you. You're not anyone that someone can talk to, and with your way of thinking, you guys are never going to get to a resolution, because you can't clap in my face and call me bees, hoes, this, that, and the third, and got an attitude and already come ready to be defensive and expect me to just sit there and take it. That's not how the real world works. Period. But now, not for nothing, Tony is still upset because Chyna took the car from her. And it's another issue that I have with Tokyo Tony. You don't want to accept that Chyna is a celebrity. You don't want, you're not going to, Chyna, you don't give a damn about Blac Chyna. You care about Angela. But my whole thing is, you want to live the Blac Chyna lifestyle to a certain degree. So it's got to be one or the other. Like, you can't hate who Blac Chyna is, but then want a piece of the lifestyle. You know what I mean? If you didn't like who Blac Chyna was, then at that point, you don't want the car, the money, the nothing. You still gonna work for what you got. You can't try to shit on how she gets her money, or talk bad about her, or when you get upset, but then expect you to, for her to be taking care of you and get you a car and do this, that, and the third. But all the while, you doing interviews, and you on YouTube, and you on Instagram, using Blac Chyna as a means to some notoriety and to charge people to do interviews and to charge people to do shout outs. You're using that. So let's just keep it a stack. Tokyo Tony uses that as leverage to make money. If Tokyo, let me tell you something. Tokyo Tony wouldn't even really need Blac Chyna if Tokyo Tony would stop ranting and just focus on building her social medias and really just get into the bag, because she's a celebrity by default. Now, when it comes down to the assistant, so I'll tell you, I like the assistant. Remember, I told you I wasn't really sure about the assistant on the first episode because he didn't get a lot of lines. I like the assistant. He seems pretty even kilter, pretty cool. For the most part, I do think that he's there for Blac Chyna. Is he a little bit of a yes man? Yes, he's a yes man, but he's a yes man rightfully so. His job is to make her happy. Listen, he's not her best friend, but he's there to do his job. Now, the assistant pretty much was trying to get Blac Chyna and Treasure and Tokyo Tony to get together, because Blac Chyna didn't want to meet with her mom anymore, but she suggested that Treasure met with the mom, and they tried to talk to Tokyo Tony because Blac Chyna couldn't get through to her. So Treasure and Tony do not see eye to eye. So the assistant had to come in because he's the most regular one. You don't have a problem with him. He's just there to honestly do his job, live his life. Like, you know what I'm saying? He strikes me as a person who's listening. I want everybody to be cool. I like Blac Chyna. I like the lifestyle. I like to go get my fillers. I like to get he got a nice little body. I like to live the Hollywood life. He's very much so in the life, and he just wants everybody to be cool so he can continue to live his life in peace and take his pictures, post, make his money, and be fab. That's just kind of what I get from him. You get what I'm saying? And, get his fillers from time to time. Okay? So, Blac Chyna suggests that she sets up the meeting. And, as I'm sitting here talking, I don't know if I'm feeling Treasure all the way. And I'll tell you why in a second. So Treasure says she needs to take a moment because she's giving all this like, I don't really know if I'm, going to be able to talk to your mother or anything like that. So she basically has the assistant call Tokyo Tony and sets up the meeting in the park. Treasure, okay? So they go have a meeting. It's the assistant, it's Treasure, and it's Tokyo Tony. And Tokyo Tony's bodyguard. So Tokyo Tony, they all set it up there, and immediately it's tension. Now, Tokyo Tony is basically saying she don't know Treasure. Treasure is basically saying that, we've had history. We don't get along. I don't know what the issue is. Why do you, have an issue with Blac Chyna? I just want this thing to be worked out. And Tokyo Tony is like, pretty much, you know what? My issue is that some of you guys are yes men. Y'all know that Chyna got issues and you guys are not telling her anything about it. You guys are encouraging her to be on the bullshit, which I think is a little bit real. I don't think so more so from the assistant and people that necessarily work for her, because at that point, I'm not going to keep telling the bitch something that's paying me. That's not my job to tell you that you need to go seek counseling. My job is to do whatever. Take these pictures. Okay, that's my job, because I'm not going to fuck up my livelihood trying to be, the savior for you. You give them now the best friend. I don't feel like Treasure wants the fame. I feel like Treasure literally is her friend. However, I feel like Treasure, how do I say this? I feel like Treasure is a little bit of the type of person that she wants their relationship to be good, but on the flip side, she doesn't want anybody to be too close to Blac Chyna. She doesn't want anybody to be closer to Blac Chyna than she is. And if she feels like that's going to happen, she's going to get them out of there. Treasure doesn't really have a lot of family. Her mom passed away, and I think that she's like one of those best friends that's like the super obsessed best friend. Like they like to be the one to be like, Chyna's my best friend. I know everything about her. I know everything she does. Like Chyna doesn't even need to be there. I can finish her sentences for her. Like she's like an obsessive compulsive best friend. So while I think she wants the mother and daughter, I think she wants Tokyo Tony and Blac Chyna to be rekindled, I still don't think that she wants Tokyo Tony and Blac Chyna to be, super, super close. And I think that Tokyo Tony don't like Treasure because Tokyo Tony feels like Treasure is in the way of their relationship coming to a complete like togetherness, which is not entirely true. Maybe a piece of it, but Tokyo Tony, you really have to change your attitude, and Blac Chyna needs to go get counseling. But I do think that Treasure, although she says she wants everything to be good and she wants everybody to work out, I still think that she wants to be the closest one to Blac Chyna. And I think that in the event that Blac Chyna and Tokyo Tony do become, close and their relationship does get closer, Treasure will be the one to, remind Blac Chyna from time to time how much of an ain't shit mother Tokyo Tony was or can be. I feel like Treasure is a little bit, I just feel like she's a little bit territorial. And I could be wrong. But a piece of me feels as though, yeah, you want the relationship, but girl, you like being the one that's like, I'm the closest to Blac Chyna. She likes that. Even though she doesn't get the fillers and this, the that, Trust me, she likes to be the one, like, I'm the best friend. She was even doing that to Tokyo Tony. I've been your daughter's best friend, and you know me, I've been the one. And then I didn't like how she was acting like she was gonna fight Tokyo Tony. Like, girl, you know you could probably whoop Tokyo Tony. But so you giving all that just was like way too much, because at the end of the day, you know, if I'm Blac Chyna, girl, you my best friend or not, you put your hands on my mama, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass. Period. So you could do that for the TV, but if you actually touch my mama, girl, I'm gonna pop you. My mama, me and my mama could do this, but if you touch my mama, it's a wrap. So you can feel it, but that also lets me know that Treasure feels like she got some kind of power to even feel like she can talk like that. You see what I'm saying? The only reason why she even feel like she, you know, I ain't no punk, and am I gonna have to slap a bitch? And like, she only feel like she can talk like that because she feel like she got like the top spot. But that's for Blac Chyna to, you know, to check her on, like, listen, girl, we cool, but listen, I know my mama may do some things, but at the end of the day, that's still my mama, so watch it. You know, let's keep it cute. Period. Period. Now, so that meeting didn't really go over too well from what I could, you know, retain and remember. So we'll see what kind of goes on the next episode. Like I said, this episode was pretty much about them meeting up together and Treasure and Tokyo Tony trying to iron out what their differences is. I don't really think that that's going to actually ever end because both of them are territorial. Tokyo Tony wants Chyna kind of to herself, and Treasure wants Chyna to herself. And those are both two, you know, strong leader type personalities as far as like the closeness to Tokyo Tony. I mean, the closeness to Blac Chyna, and it can only be one, in my opinion, because neither one of them want to share that spot next to Blac Chyna. I don't think Treasure wants to share it, and I don't think that Tokyo Tony wants to share it. So that's the issue that they're gonna have. Now, Treasure, she'll fool you because she'll cry, she's so nice, this, that, and third, but don't get it twisted. Let you get too close to Blac Chyna, she gonna get your ass out of there. All right, y'all. So for those people that have watched the show, and I'm also interested to see if Treasure is going to tell Chyna about herself, because we are only in episode 2, but I'm really going to side-eye Treasure if this whole thing is about Tokyo Tony being a shitty mom and nobody ever tell Chyna that she needs counseling or she needs therapy or she needs help, because Chyna is not all the way wrapped up. And if you work with her, if you're closer, you can tell. Like, I feel like Chyna will click out on her staff. I feel like she'll click out on her friend. And I feel like, you know, she'll feel bad about it later and apologize. And then we'll have to move on. And then she'll go do what she does, whatever that is to cope, whether that's a shot or a blunt or a shot. She'll go do that. And then she'll be like, you know what, guys, I'm really sorry, you know. And I think the people around her understand that she goes in and out. And not for nothing, I feel I could sense that in her, because a little bit of me is in Chyna. Like, I have that too. And if you're really close to me, then you know, like, my patience is very, very thin. And you know what? I got a lot of things going on, you know. So sometimes, you know, I'm not all the way there. Me and Chyna, I can vibe with her because she's a little loony, and I can feel her because I'm a little loony too. No shade. I got to keep it real, you know. So I know that she will click out, but then feel bad. Because I've been there, girl. You know, especially when you're a public figure, sometimes you don't know who to trust, and you done been through so much shit, and you done so much. You half in and you half out. I understand where you at, Blac Chyna. But it'll be interesting to see if her friends actually talk to her about that on the show. That's what I'm interested to see. Because is anybody gonna call Blac Chyna out on her shit? Are they gonna show that Blac Chyna has a temper problem? Are they gonna show that Blac Chyna can get agitated and click out, and not just with Tokyo Tony? Are they gonna show that Blac Chyna has the capability to do that amongst people that she works with? And, you know, are they gonna show that she's trying to get help for it? You know, because I do think that, you know, she does have some issues that she needs to work on. Not that she's a bad person, because I personally feel as though this docuseries actually made me like Blac Chyna a lot more, because I see a lot of myself in her, and I think that, although I wasn't a dancer, we do have similar backgrounds when it comes down to, feeling like your mother wasn't really there for you, this, that, and the third. We do have that. So, and I understand how mentally it can fuck you up. All right. So the lines are open. If you want to call in, the number is 563 999 3698. Oh, wait, 3658. Okay. Okay, 347-5404. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on, boo?
So I did see it last night, right? I wanted to piggyback off of some things that you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as Treasure goes, right? I don't think that she's being a little dominant, right? But she's also that friend that Chyna can sit around and voice her frustration. I feel like she's the only one that Chyna is truly voicing her frustrations and angers out from the past to the present with her mother, and is giving Treasure. She's not giving Treasure the boundaries. You know how you have that friend that always feels like they can comment on your situation when you're not looking for a comment. You're just looking for someone to hear you. But she's given Treasure the opportunity to actually voice her opinion, and that's what I got out of what Tokyo was trying to get to last night. Like, listen, somebody is in her ear. You get what I'm saying?
No,
also,
I totally agree with you 100% on that.
I also don't think that it's a one-sided thing because, like you say, you have a similar upbringing as Chyna, not the dancer part, but as far as feeling neglected by your parent, and so me as well. But it has to be a mutual understanding because Chyna is clearly at a place now to where she feels like Tokyo is wanting her to apologize to her for her life. See, Tokyo birthed Angela. She created Chyna. Chyna was created from watching her mother do what she did coming up, all right, and not particularly be there in her life, all right? And there's a whole lot of resentment there from that because, yes, it did lead me to a successful part in my life, but the main part that I wanted as Angela was taken away from me.
I'm with
you. And it wasn't on my part, it was on your part. You decided that you wanted to be a stripper, you wanted to run around, so that's what I knew. So that's what I became. But I flipped mine, and I made a success out of mine. Whereas you're still, I'm not saying with her living in Baltimore, there's something wrong with that. She does do a lot of positive out there. But Chyna, Angela doesn't need Tokyo. That's not Tokyo's real name, okay? Angela needs her mother. Chyna and Tokyo are clashing. That's the way I feel. It's not Angela and her mother. It's Tokyo and Chyna that's clashing. And unless they come to a mutual understanding and get joint counseling to hash that out and begin a conversation, they're always going to go at it. Because I feel like Tokyo feels that Chyna owes her something. And Chyna feels like Tokyo owes her something.
Right. I agree. But I just feel as though the relationship is not going to totally be hashed out until Treasure understands her boundaries and Tokyo and Treasure can come to a common ground. But I just feel as though even if it starts to work out, Treasure does not really want Tokyo and Chyna to get back 100% because if they do, they're going to be unstoppable. It's the mother and daughter.
It's a mother and daughter, but a friend is a friend. Like, you have I don't understand how people can't create that boundary. Like, I have my friends, I have my family. You don't have anything to do, especially when it comes to that depth in a family drama. A friend should have no input in it. Period.
Right. Period.
I don't care how close you are, how long I knew you. Just listen to me. Don't say nothing wrong, because I might smack you in your mouth if you say something wrong about my mother. Just like you said, she was acting like she was going to buck on Tokyo outside, and I felt like that would have been a snapping point. Chyna would have messed around and snapped, she wouldn't have been Angela at that point. Because I've been listening to Wendy, too. There is a difference. You can look and see there's a difference between Angela and Chyna.
Yes.
Angela's more conserved, laid back, a homebody. You get what I'm saying? She's a normal person.
Yes.
Chyna is the loose one. All right? The chick from the stripper club that if she had to whoop a bitch ass, she would whoop their ass.
And the bitch that's gonna shit on you and throw until you get the fuck out of my mansion and bitch cars, bitches Maseratis and bitch, you see what I got? Like she's the one that throw $1,000 in your face and tell you to get the fuck out of her face. You know what I mean? Like that's Chyna. But yeah, I didn't like how Treasure felt like she could talk like, you know, am I gonna have to slap a bitch? First of all, if even me seeing that replay, I'd have called her on the phone. Bitch, hold on. You done went too far.
Yeah, my nerves was bad when I said that. I'm sitting there like, please let them show Chyna confronting her about that. Because there's no way somebody's going to say that to my mother. And it's
period. I don't give a fuck what me and my mother go through. I don't give a fuck what me and my mother go through. Bitch, stay in your place. That goes for my relationship. That goes for my boyfriend, my girlfriend, like me and my mom can go back all day long. But you step out of line with my mother, it's gonna be a problem, bitch. Period.
Yeah. But again, that's Chyna's fault. She's been sitting there, venting to Treasure, venting, and instead of stopping her when she's going to put in her opinion, she's letting Treasure go in like, oh, I don't see why y'all keep going through this. Why she treat you like this? X, Y, and Z. How could you like? I can almost hear it like as if we're sitting in the room with them.
Right.
And Chyna's not putting a stop to it. Where she needs to put a stop to it. Like, listen, I'm just talking to you. All right, I don't need your input.
Right. Well, that's why Chyna also said if Treasure was there, it would have been a lot worse. Because I feel like instead of trying to stop it like the assistant, that's why I like the assistant.
She would have tried to jump her.
She would have tried to jump.
I feel like she would have tried to jump in.
Yes.
And then in that instance right there, what do? Like, Chyna, do you gather yourself and realize that this girl is trying to hit your mother while y'all going at it? Or do you continue to jump your mother? Because if so, there's really something wrong.
Right. Because because that could have went a lot of ways. That's my whole thing. So thank you, caller. I love your insight. You do a great job as usual. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, let's take a couple more calls. All right, 678-7799. You're live on the air.
Hi, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay. I'm going to be the straight up to the point caller. Okay. I really don't think this shit should be on TV. Like, honest to God, this shit is sad as hell to see. I feel so bad for Chyna. It's kind of sad because I, too, come from that. You know, I don't have that relationship with my mom. And I honestly feel like kudos to Chyna for trying to, it looks like she really want to have something with her mom. And believe it or not, I believe with the both of them together, they could be like a dynamic mother and daughter team. However, they have so many layers of trauma, abuse, anger. It's so much stuff with them. They need deep counseling. I don't even think Ayanna can fix that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they need deep counseling.
I just think it should be like it's too much at this point. Like, I love Chyna. I even like Tokyo. She's hilarious. She has her own little, she gets it, but I see why Rob is like, I don't want my baby a part of that. That shouldn't be on the radio. That shouldn't be on TV.
Well, now because Dream gets to grow up and see her grandmother saying she hope her daughter die and she can go suck a D and she dead. You know what I'm saying?
She's too dysfunctional as a person. And you know what? Tokyo is that person. See, I come from that. I got that mother that would say absolutely anything. And I had to grow up and come from a place where I was that girl. You say something to me, it's pull up. Now it's God bless. I had to grow from that. I had to get from that. I came from that. So I know I had to go through counseling. I had to gut myself to come from that. So with them and just from with everything I see, I recognize so much in them. That's not something that they really should even be doing on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And if Chyna sincerely want to get back right with her mom, and I can see why she would want to, because you do have a daughter, and she do need to break that generational curse. But do that in private. Do that with some deep. That's gonna take some holistic counseling, baby.
Some
That's
Isha Lakandala.
gonna be deeper than deep. What? Namaste. Whoa.
Isha
I love you.
Okay, thank you, thank you, caller.
Bye, love.
Bye.
And let me ask you this quick.
Okay.
What do you got going on with your skin? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you eating, what you been doing.
What
but
is
your
it
skin
doing?
looks so good.
You
It
know
just
what?
seems like the past month you just got this glow, this shine.
You know what?
I said, is he drinking alkaline water? What's going on with that?
Well, actually, the whole thing is side note. I've been slipping off of it, but there's two things that have been happening. I was eating a lot better. I stopped eating the meat and I stayed away from the dairy. Now I kind of went back toward it, and then two. I got a different kind of light and I bought a new streaming service. Remember, at one point, what I was using, I looked at kind of like gold and my teeth looked real yellow and you couldn't tell that I had braces. So I was like, you know what? Let me stop using this free streaming thing and pay for the regular one. So these motherfuckers don't think that I'm over here just caking one peanut butter on my damn teeth and just looking crazy. But listen, and also not for nothing, I'm happy. I meditate. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean?
You have such a beautiful glow. That
Thank
chocolate hue is shining, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. I'm trying to get like this assistant here. You see him, but I don't know if I can do the fillers though. It's a lot of filler there.
I like it, and I love the green. I love when you do colors. Because, see, that's the benefit. See, I'm a beautiful brown skin, too, and that's the benefit when you got that beautiful brown skin, you can do the colors. So give us some more colors while the summer is going on, because you can do them all, baby.
Okay,
green,
thank you, boo.
That blue, that blind, you can do all them colors.
Okay, thank you. All right, bye. Let's take another caller.
Baby.
All right. We're going to take a few more, then we're going to wrap it up. Shout out to my friends there on Facebook. Yes, we are streaming on multiple platforms here, people. We are live on Facebook, and we're also live here on YouTube. And we're just getting into some things. If you guys are just joining us, we are talking about the Blac Chyna, of the real Blac Chyna episode that premiered last night on Zeus. All right. 267-3041. You're live on the air.
Hello, hi, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello?
Yes?
Nothing. I was calling because I just want to say this one thing about Tokyo Tony.
Okay.
I don't understand why people think it's Chyna's fault or she has something to do with this when you can clearly see that Tokyo Tony is narcissistic. She is very jealous of Chyna.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she thinks that she owes her something. She doesn't owe her anything. She didn't ask to be born. You brought her in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she's jealous of her because she did more with her life than she could ever have done. But that's not her fault. She does not owe you anything. She bought you a car. She did not have to buy you a car.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go on social media constantly and embarrass her. Like you messing up her coin and your coin.
Right.
And then what did she say one time? Oh, I lost endorsement deals because of the show. Well, guess what? You wouldn't even have anything if it wasn't for Chyna. It's like, I don't understand what do you want from her? Like, you want her to kiss your ass. You want her to take abuse from you. I don't care. This is to anybody out there with parents like that. You do not have to allow your parents to abuse you mentally, physically, especially when you are an adult and you have children of your own, just because they are your parents. That's not cool. You can cut them off to keep your peace and your sanity, and don't let them mess up your energy. Like, I don't care. Tokyo Tony is undiagnosed with something, and I can see it. Listen, Stevie Wonder can see that because she's crazy. Like, who tells their daughter to suck a dick
Come
and die. Like,
on.
my mother
Well,
would
see,
never
that's
talk.
when I knew.
My mother
That's
would
when I.
never talk to me
So
like this.
that's when I knew the jealousy and envy was real. When she would refer to, I'll slap the Botox out of her face and go, you're a whore and go suck a dick. Like,
Exactly.
okay, so girl, you're envious, you're jealous a little bit. However, though, I agree. Everything you said, I said prior. So I get that. But at the same time, I feel as though that Blac Chyna does, when she gets upset, she will throw it in your face that she's better than you.
I don't know. I can't see that from her though.
Did you see the
I
show?
can't get that
Did you
out of
see the
her.
show?
Yes.
Wait, okay, so
But
you didn't
I'm
see
just saying,
you didn't see that
listen,
she did it
is
twice?
that bitch though.
You didn't see it twice when she was talking to the mom and then she flipped her hair and was like, bye. Like, that's shade, like, bitch.
But guess what?
You bum ass bitch. Like,
Well, guess what? I don't care. Tokyo Tony deserve all that shade the way she talking to her. You talking to me like I'm some bitch out on the street, not your daughter.
I feel
well,
you.
Damn right I'm going to throw shade at you.
No, listen,
Just
I
because it's her
understand.
mom?
No, I get it. I'm with you.
Mm-mm.
I'm with you.
And
Listen,
Treasure-
I'm definitely more on the side of the child because I know what it's like. So I get you, but I also know that, sometimes as being adults, we do have to, sometimes try to be the bigger person in certain instances as well, because I do feel like even though they cannot get along, deep down in my heart of hearts, I really do feel like Tokyo Tony loves her, and I do feel like Chyna loves her mom. I really do feel that way.
Listen, I believe that they love each other, but they don't know how to, it's like not that unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that way because like you can't even come together with your daughter. Like even when she was trying to hug you on the first episode,
Yeah, she couldn't even do
like,
it.
You just like whatever, bitch. Like first of all, you said that she was blowing the smoke in your face when she didn't. That's what I'm saying. These are narcissists. Somebody that's narcissistic does not know how to truly love someone, and that's what I'm saying. Tokyo Tony. Listen, if I was Chyna, I would not allow her around my kids or me until you go and get some help. Because and I don't know if she even wants to. If you really cared that much about your daughter and having a relationship with your grandkids, why wouldn't you try to, mend that? It's like I don't see her trying to mend anything because they don't know how to go. She doesn't know how, and it's very. I understand why Chyna is angry and it's like being like that towards her mom. It's like imagine you constantly trying to, talk to someone and they're like just disregarding how you feel and disregarding your feelings because you can clearly see that's how she treats Chyna. It's
Right.
like whatever you saying, like who cares about your lying, everything. How can you tell this girl that she's lying? First of all, what child leaves home at 16?
Right. That's what
if
that
there's
right.
nothing wrong in the household.
Right.
Come on. Like Tokyo Tony is delusional. And I feel very bad for Chyna. And I'm not saying Chyna doesn't have issues, but it's her fault that she has these issues because you didn't raise her right. And you wasn't being a mother.
So what are your thoughts on Treasure? What are your thoughts on Treasure and the assistant?
Treasure, now, see,
yes.
I understand where you're coming from, but see, the way that Treasure treats Tokyo is the way that Chyna treats her too. And listen, and Chyna doesn't even have a problem with that. And I believe it because it's like Treasure's like shit. Treasure love her more than her own mom. She show her more love than your own mother. Like I understand why Treasure feels like that because Tokyo don't like if you see your best friend, somebody that's like your sister, getting treated poorly, and and like you trying, like well, how would you feel? But I don't think that she should have tried to fight her. I don't think that. Like she shouldn't say that. But I don't think Chyna will even like check her for saying it. Because I'm pretty sure that her and Treasure then got into mad arguments in front of Chyna.
Yeah.
They probably was all arguing all together.
All right.
But,
Thank you, caller. But no, I think that you're right. I think that you're right, and I'm totally with you, and I agree that, you know what, Tokyo Tony does need some help because the way that she conducted herself, it's like Tokyo Tony don't know when to stop. And even when she was in the hotel talking to her friend, she didn't understand where she was wrong. Like, she's a person that you can't tell her when she's wrong. She won't accept that. And for that, it's like, girl, there's no conversation that needs to be had with you. Like, but I do feel like maybe Tokyo Tony's delivery is wrong and they got a lot of layers that they need to have healed first before Tokyo can really address real problem that she has with Blac Chyna. Because while I do think that she's a little jealous of Blac Chyna, I do feel as though that Tokyo Tony feels like the industry has gotten to her daughter. Like, listen, they keep speaking of this thing, and nobody's actually saying what the fuck it is, but they keep indirectly talking about, all the shit she's done, all the things that she's gone through, but nobody, not Blac Chyna, not the assistant, not Tokyo Tony, nobody is saying what issues that Chyna's dealing with. You get what I'm saying? So it's obvious that like Chyna's got like a thing, but it's coming out in her actions with people around her. So she's like, she's got some issues going on there. And I think that, the mother was trying to come out when Tokyo Tony was like, why is no one telling her how she treats people? But on the flip side, Tokyo Tony, how are you going to be trying to tell Chyna how she treats people when you're not an example of, you're not showing example how, she should treat people, and you're treating your daughter like scum, saying that she can go suck a D and kill herself. So how do you expect your daughter to go treat someone, or how do you expect your daughter to allow people to treat her if that's how you treat her? You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I get it.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like she can't win. I mean, they don't know how to treat people right, because of course they both don't know how to treat people. And I think Chyna just might be a little bit better at it, but Tokyo she is off the hook. Like, if that was my mom, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Like, I would have to distance myself.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you said. Like, you want her to be something that you're not. Like, you should lead by example. But I believe from the beginning, first of all, you even last year, you went on social media saying how she was a mistake. This is what I'm saying. Like, come on. And you expect for her to respect you or treat... Girl, listen, you lucky that she even trying to still mend a relationship with you. And I think that she really only cared because Chyna got money. Because if she didn't have money, I bet you she wouldn't give two shits.
All right. Thank you, baby.
And that's all I got to say. Thank
Bye.
you.
All right.
Thank you, Armon.
Love you too. Okay, so listen, we're going to take maybe one or two more. Renee, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the donation. Are you in the call-in queue? If so, give me the last four of your numbers so that I can move you to the front of the line. Okay, let me take a second because I want to make sure I don't skip anybody that has paid to skip the line. Okay. Okay, there she is. 441. Okay, Renee, hello.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on, boo?
Nothing. I'm living. So I'm gonna talk to you, give you a little background perspective. I'm living, I guess, Maryland, but in the DMV area, Maryland, Virginia, DC area.
Okay, we'd like a little background. Do you know anybody?
So my cousin, she's around the same age as Tokyo Tony. They stripped together in the same club and everything. Before I really knew who Blac Chyna was, my cousin used to tell me about Tokyo Tony. So then my cousin used to say how Tokyo Tony used to complain, her daughter got all Hollywood, moved up with Tiger, this, that, and the other. This was years ago. So I just want you to get a different perspective because my cousin, she's diagnosed with manic depression and manic, I guess, bipolar or whatever it is. And I'm not making fun of it or anything. Is real serious to me. And I really don't want to say anything, but I'm thinking, look at it from a different perspective. I think, like my cousin, she goes off at the drop of a dime with, for anything. That's the same way Tokyo Tony is. I don't know if it's the mentality or how strippers develop their, how it is in the club as far as getting the money and that's it, do what it takes. And then it goes into how they treat their family. So I think Blac Chyna and Tokyo Tony has a strained relationship. Tokyo Tony, let me just call her Shalon, I guess that's her name. She wants her daughter, but she doesn't really know how to be a daughter. be a mother.
Yeah.
So therefore, she's trying everything. And so on social media, if you think about years ago, some days she's like normal. She's talking to everybody normal, and then she's smoking, high, drunk, saying anything. Then it's like, fuck you, China, this, that, and then she wants to see her grandchildren, and then she's saying something nice about her daughter. If you think about all of her, I guess, her outbursts on social media and how she showed up on the show, like, I was just really sad because I'm thinking, when I'm watching Tokyo and China go at it on the show, it's like a mother, I don't know if it's for the camera, because genuinely, a mother, if on social media, if you try to reach out to your daughter, then you insulted her, then you want the kids, then you talk about, building a relationship with her. I'm confused. You should be confused too. Your daughter should be confused.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing is like a mother who genuinely wants to build a relationship with their daughter. If they meet for the first time, what they say, a year or two or whatever it is, I'm thinking a mother genuinely would be so aggressive. You know what I mean?
What? You know what? Not for nothing. I totally agree. And sometimes and that's why I'm like, I've literally been there with China, and literally me and my mom have like had knockout, brawl out, drag outs. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, there has been times that I'm thinking like, girl, like, it's not too late. Like, you can still be the mother that that you want to be. But I feel like sometimes the parents, they feel like, so the damage is done. So they feel like that it is what it is. They can never come back. Yeah. And they don't realize as the kid, we always are we're just waiting for you to be the parent. Like, do it.
Right. We want you to be there.
We want you to be there. But then there's so many times where it's like, you try to tell them and it's like, they're never going to get it. So unfortunately, if I'm relating this to my situation, it feels like that, it's probably never going to change. You know what I mean? Like, me and my mom are cool. Yeah. We're good. But like, she, it's just never going to be 100% what I expect it to be. You know what I mean? And so that probably would never happen for Blac Chyna either.
Right. And I'm not going to hold you, but just to, end, it's like, watching them, it was just sad. This should not be on TV. I think their relationship is too strained. Like, they need individual counseling, and then they need to come together, because one wants their mother, one wants their daughter, but don't know how. Somehow, years ago, it's like the communication, the relationship, everything has gone. So they're trying to pull pieces together that's not necessarily valuable for building the foundation, because of how extreme they are. And I just think the best friend treasure, listen, you need to stay in your place, because there's no way I would talk to somebody's mother that way. It's still a respect thing.
Period.
They don't even have respect amongst each other. A mother wouldn't talk to a daughter that way. A daughter wouldn't talk to a mother the way they do. And unfortunately, when I see here in D.C., that's how they treat the mother and daughter. That's how they treat each other, and it's sad.
But my thing is with Treasure. So here's the thing, and see the way that they portray Treasure to be like this soft-spoken, kind of humble girl, comes from humble beginnings, very emotional. But my thing, and then like, she's so Team Blac Chyna. But my thing is this: if you were just so Team Blac Chyna, then you would know that no matter what Tokyo Tony did, you were never going to come out of your mouth and say, you're going to slap this bitch. Or do you have to, or you are fight? So that's why I'm like, I can see through Treasure. Like, she ain't that soft of a girl. She not like, I'm black. No, like, she, she's not just 100% that girl. Like, she's with a little bit of the fuckery too. But she's trying to portray as if she's not. So I'm kind of sad. Like, but they got us first. They got us with Treasure because they was like, Treasure, has been a day one. Treasure don't do, is not into the plastic surgery, and then they got us with the sob story with Treasure. Treasure's kid is going through some bullshit
with the kid.
Yeah, so they got us with that. But then I'm sitting back. I'm like, Girl, you so eager to turn up. You already got the winning spot. So you really have no reason to be upset. Like, you know what I mean? Tokyo Tony
Yes.
can say whatever she want to say to you. That shouldn't press you, especially if you are Blac Chyna's like zen, calm, peace. How are you ready to
Yeah.
just so, oh, am I gonna have to slap a bitch today? Like, girl, first of all, calm the fuck down.
Right. Right, but Armon, I never got. Yeah, but Armand, I never got the fact that they like, well, Treasure needs to, repair the relationship with Tokyo Tony before her and Blac Chyna could talk. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's mother and daughter relationship. You need to stay out of it. Like, I'm confused. Your problems with the mother don't have nothing to do with Tokyo and her daughter.
Well, I think the issue is they're both dominant figures, and that goes back to what I was originally saying. Treasure doesn't mind the relationship with Tokyo Tony and Blac Chyna being mended, but Treasure still wants to have the closest spot to Blac Chyna. And Tokyo Tony knows that, and Tokyo Tony wants the main spot. And in order for that to happen, one of them bitches got to take the second seat, the back seat, and neither one of them want to take the back seat. And Treasure don't want to leave her seat because she got Chyna wrapped up because, like the previous caller said, he was so right. Blac Chyna has never set the boundaries with Treasure, and Blac Chyna set and just talked bad about her mom consistently with Treasure. So now that's all Treasure knows, and now Treasure feel like she can disrespect the mom if need be.
Yeah,
So that's what it is.
There you have it. I mean,
there you have it.
I just, I agree, but I think that it's also, I just want everybody, I guess the next episode, just look at it from a different lens. Like, look at Tokyo Tony on Instagram, her YouTube videos about her personality and everything, and how she just literally just go off on anything. I'm thinking in terms of mental illness. I don't want to put that on anybody, but they have to start there, because someone that's genuinely in a relationship with their daughter would not call them bitches and hoes and I slap the Botox out of your face.
Yes.
Because this is TV. Like, come on, it's still your scene. Like, are you serious?
Right.
So, all right, Armon, it's Renee from DC, and I don't
shout out to
hold
Renee
you.
from
I've
DC.
been nervous about calling in.
No, but thank you.
Like, I really love your show. I look for you every day, and you get me out of horrible situations. Oh, your tarot. The first time, I know it's a different subject, but the first time your Leo reading, and I told you read my entire relationship.
Thank you.
When I say you were on point, you were on point. So I love you so much, and I love your platform. I do whatever it takes to promote you or whatever.
Thank you.
You the man.
Thank you so much.
You're
and thank you for
welcome.
watching both channels, okay? Thank you for watching. I truly love you, okay? And thanks for your donation.
I'm a little stalker. I'm a little creep.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yes, I love that. Thank you guys for watching. Those of you guys who are subscribed to the Tarot Lounge and my other channel. I want to shout out to the cast of the Real Blac Chyna. They're watching. Shout out to Treasure. Yes, girl. If you guys are allowed to call in, you can call in. Ashton, you can call in at any moment, anytime during the series. Blac Chyna, I'm sure she won't. She just started doing interviews. So Tokyo Tony, we're open to you calling in. However, Tokyo Tony, we will not pay for interviews. But someone reached out to me regarding Tokyo Tony coming onto the show. She ended up declining, and I noticed that she tried to do an interview on another platform, and it didn't work out. Let me tell you, Tony, if you want to do an interview, listen, we're here in HD, and we're not going to break up. It's not going to mess up. And if you don't want to get on camera, you can always call in. Don't sleep on the platform. Just don't chase the clout. You know what I mean? We keep it lit here too. You know what I'm saying? I see you went and did one of those interviews because you thought that platform had a little bit more clout, but the interview didn't really go through. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Shout out to Valerie Valentina. Thank you for the $20. Hello, Armon. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much for that. All right. We're going to take one more, and then we're going to get on out of here. 206-3806. You're live on the air.
What's good, Armon?
What's good? How are
you doing
you?
today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but I really do not like everybody dragging Tokyo Tony in the comments. First of all, I need to get some shit off my chest. No family is perfect, so everybody pointing the fingers at Tokyo Tony and saying she's toxic and doing all this shit. How many of y'all have a parent or a family member or an uncle or a cousin that's also toxic? And yet, are you the same person that's going to be pointing your finger at me like you need help, you need therapy, and da-da-da-da-da? Like, I get it. I've seen the show. I follow Tokyo Tony on YouTube. I followed her on Instagram when she had her pages up.
Are you the one that emailed me? Shit.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't email you because I'm quiet in my corner. But no, like, she does have a lot of haters, and you have a lot of haters on your platform that be saying all kinds of stuff to you. And Tokyo Tony, she is a delicate person in a way of, like, she'll lash out on you if you say some shit that messes with her. She's a Libra. We, as people who have been, PTSD, we have trigger words. When people come on to her YouTube and she's smoking and she's having a good time, and people are like, what about Chyna? Chyna said that you're a fucked up mom and da-da-da-da-da. Like, they really come at her in the comments, bro. And I'm just like, I'm sitting back like, y'all are really messing up a great time that Tokyo Tony's trying to have. She's out here promoting mental health issues in D.C., helping out people who are homeless, giving food to the homeless. There are times to where I donated to her on Cash App, and the next day she uses that money to go out and buy food and support the people on July 4th and all these other events. So that's why I love her, because I know a different side of Tokyo Tony that she doesn't show when people are hating on her, when people are dragging her. She has different sides to her. And that's why when I see the Zeus network, Blac Chyna is really trying to put her out as like, this is my mom and she's the bad guy. This is what I had to deal with. But it's just like, when are y'all going to talk about the good of Tokyo Tony? Y'all are making her out to be the bad guy and Chyna's the victim. But at the same breath, Chyna was the one who was dating Kid Buu, and Kid Buu was out here saying that he was a clone and all this other crazy shit. And where was that kind of same energy that y'all had with Chyna? Is she still the victim when she's getting beaten up in hotels and doing all this crazy shit? I'm not trying to bring up the past, but it's just like, people really come at Tokyo Tony, and it's just like, y'all need to check yourselves, okay?
Okay.
Chyna has been dragged through the fucking mud too, and y'all, I just can't,
Well, get into some things. Let's talk about it. Yes, they're all watching the show.
Yeah.
Everybody on the cast is watching right now. They hear you. Trust me.
No, okay, well, if that's the case, fucking promote Tokyo Tony and all the good shit that she does, because nobody on social media knows what Tokyo Tony does. There are trolls, there are pages that say roast beef Chyna, and they post literally everything that Tokyo Tony does. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, Tokyo Tony's on live. They're screenshotting it, they're posting it up on their video, and they're talking mess in the comments. And I'm like, really? Y'all can't be positive? Y'all can't just showcase her handing out food to homeless people on, nasty ass roads? But no, they want to post it when Tokyo Tony's like twerking her ass in the fucking camera, and they're like, ooh, what kind of mother does this? Bitch! Don't fucking say that about somebody else's mother. Anyways.
Well, Tokyo Tony, I can't post the video up here because I'm literally trying to make sure that we keep from getting flagged. And Tokyo Tony curses way too hard and way too much. But Tokyo Tony said that she will not be on the second season of this show if it gets picked up. And because first of all, she said this network cost her a lot of money because she had a deal with, I guess, a suicide or something prevention.
Yeah, exactly. That mental health I was talking about.
Right, but then, girl, you can't just go out and be the face of mental health and suicide and tell your daughter to kill herself. That was your fault. That wasn't.
But that's another thing too, Armon.
But
like,
what?
She's the producer of the show. She could put in anything. If she really wanted Treasure to be a goody two-shoes, she wouldn't have had that video of Treasure being like, oh, let me slap this bitch. Let me fuck her up right now. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's a motive to what Chyna is doing. And so I feel like Chyna's really trying to paint herself out to be something else in this light. And I think that's why Tokyo Tony came up to her and is like, where's Angela? I want to talk to my actual daughter, not what Hollywood had created.
Well, not for
what
nothing,
all
and
this
not
fame has created.
And not for nothing, too, China wanted that scene with her and Tokyo Tony because even on the first episode, Tokyo Tony was going to leave and China was like, you guys are not going to mess this up for me. So China wants the drama because, China has to maintain a lifestyle and she's going to exploit her relationship with her mother. It is what it is. The Kardashians have made $1 billion business off of it. So it's entertainment. We're watching, we're talking, and it makes everybody money. So at the end of the day, they still have to make money. All right. Thank you, caller.
Thank you, Armon. I love you.
See you next week. Bye.
Okay.
All right. So, listen, that is going to wrap up this week's episode. I predict one of these episodes someday. Maybe we'll have one of the viewers of the show. I mean, one of the cast members from the show. We had the publicist on the show early on, and he was promoting the show on here. And now maybe we'll have some people once the show is a wrap, and we can kind of talk about it. I don't really think that they can talk too much while the show is on because they don't want to give too much. But I would like to talk to Tokyo Tony. I would like to talk to Blac Chyna too, but I realize Blac Chyna probably would never come on the show. Treasure, I would like to. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch and see how she turns out before I cancel her or keep her. I'm just watching her right now. The assistant is cool. He's he's a kiki to me. Outside of that, yeah. So let me know. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter using the hashtag the Armon Wiggins Show. Or Armon Wiggins, okay? Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Armon Wiggins Show. If you're on Facebook, make sure you guys like the Armon Wiggins fan page. Please subscribe to this channel here. Please do. Also, we will be doing a members-only live. I'm not sure. I was going to do it this week. I was going to do a Wednesday. It's going to be done this week, though. Members-only live, but it's going to be an open live. So most people will be able to watch, but only members will be able to comment. We will be giving away a little bit of cash. So hopefully you guys are there. If you're not there the day we're giving up the cash and you are selected to get the cash, you will not get the money. Okay? Only members can receive the money. All right, make sure you guys subscribe to the Tarot Lounge as well. All right, guys. So listen, I want to thank you guys all for watching. It's been another phenomenal show. Hold on, It has been another phenomenal show. I love you guys all. And until next time, I want you guys to keep that same energy, and I'll see you soon.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.